Chapter 1. Habits play a major role in the future outcome of your life. You should take them seriously. We are creatures of habit. That's just the way our brains are wired. Do something consistently enough and you would soon realize just how easy it becomes. But there's a caveat. The habit-forming nature of our brains is both a blessing and a curse. We'll get to the curse part later. Let's start with why this brain function is a huge blessing. Habits help put our lives on autopilot. When something has become a habit, you begin to do it almost effortlessly. Waking up and checking social media for messages and engagements on your content is a habit. Taking a walk when you're tired from work is a habit too. Studying daily, smoking, exercising, money management, etc. are all habits that we form in the course of our lives. A habit is an operating system that determines the course of our future. The downside of habits is that the brain doesn't differentiate between negative and positive habits. It just simply picks up something you do consistently and helps you do it more easily. A negative habit is like a virus, and it can really stall your progress. Habits have destroyed many lives, businesses, and relationships. This is something very common. Look around or look at the media, and you would see countless examples of people who have been victimized by their habits. You may be one of them, and if you are, just know that this summary will show you a way out. Perhaps the greatest news anyone could ever hear is that habits can be formed and destroyed through conscious efforts. If you're trying to build a positive habit that will fast-track your success, or if you've been struggling with some bad habits and want to finally gain freedom from them, then the remaining chapters of this summary are a must-read. If you just randomly pick this summary and you have absolutely no idea what habits are or how powerful they are, just know that you've made a great pick. Your life will not be the same after following through with this summary. That's a guarantee. Chapter 2. Breaking negative habits so you can form positive ones. This summary is all about developing ninja habits that will become ultimate kits in your success toolbox, but it makes sense to start off with how to break negative ones. After all, for every negative habit, there is a positive one. And for you to develop a positive habit in an area of your life, you would almost certainly have to overcome a negative habit that has been occupying that position. Merriam-Webster's online dictionary defines habit as an acquired mode of behavior that has become nearly or completely involuntary. The involuntary nature of habits is what makes them often hard to break. But there's a formula to it, and once you understand how it works, you can make or break any habit of your choosing. A habit loop is the technical term used to describe the cycle every habit follows. The loop is made of 3 steps: reminder, routine, and reward. The reminder, also called cue, is something that triggers the habit. Sometimes the cue is obvious, but it can also be subtle. For example, location is a strong reminder, but emotions like anger or anxiety are not easily recognized as cues. Routine simply refers to the behavior you've engaged in over time and made second nature. For instance, your morning routine was learned over time, and it's now part of your life. Reward is what you get for engaging in the habit. For motivation, affirm this: my habits don't have power over me. I can change them at any time to suit my goals. If you have the habit of checking social media once in a while during work hours, for example, a stroke of thought could be all you need as a reminder. When you obey every thought that says you should pause your work and check if a friend has replied to your DM, that activity done consistently would soon become a routine, and the reward is the dopamine release you get. That's an example of a solid habit right there. To break any habit, you need to first sit down and analyze it. Determine the triggers, the reward, and why you do it. For example, to kill boredom, relieve stress, etc. And the routine you follow. Do you do this early in the morning, at night, in a lonely place? How often? Chapter 3. Rewire your system so you can achieve unbelievable heights of success. Every student of success understands that belief is the foundation of everything we do. Your beliefs become your thoughts become your words become your actions become your habits become your values become your destiny. Mahatma Gandhi. You're only sure that something will change for good when you change it from its root. If you don't uproot the source of a problem, but go instead for its fruits, branches, and stem, you can be 100% certain that the problem will still show up. It's only a matter of time. In the same vein, if there's a result you've been trying to achieve in your life, but it doesn't seem to be coming through, it only means that there's a false belief system keeping you from the life you desire. What is it you want? More money? More sex? A happier family? A more fulfilling job? A happy career? Are you a remote worker who desperately needs to be more productive with their time? What areas of your life have you been trying to improve on? How long have you been at it with no results? Here's a harsh reality that everyone must quickly come to terms with. You can never have what you want out of life if you have a set of beliefs that antagonize the results you seek. We all come to this earth with blank minds, but as we grow up, we start interacting with our environment and the people around us, and then experience begins to form in our minds. Right from childhood, the words we hear from family, friends, acquaintances, and teachers form our belief system. We begin to see the limit of what's possible and what is not. Most researchers agree that our belief system is fairly well formed by the time we're already 6. Before we get into our teenage years, we've already formed beliefs about life, money, relationships, spirituality, work, etc. Our belief system tells us what is right and wrong. For example, a child who grows up in a poor family under parents that resent rich people would soon start seeing money as evil. If you grew up in an environment that rewards and encourages hard work, you would grow up with the right attitude towards work that would incredibly fast-track your success, and you would always wonder why some people are so lazy. Chapter 4. Identify your limiting beliefs and do something to overcome them. Our beliefs are formed through our 5 senses: the words we hear, the sights we see, the things we smell, touch, and taste. All these things mix together to form our beliefs about life, but words are the strongest of them all. Words are powerful. The things you hear will affect your thinking pattern as well as your emotions, both of which play vital roles in the belief-forming cycle. Since old beliefs were formed through words, we can get rid of them and build new ones through words, too. This is why self-help books, tapes, and affirmations work so well. The sad news is, the world is not perfect. We all grew up with one limiting belief or the other. The good news is, you can do something about it. Here is something you need to start doing today. Set aside 10 minutes, preferably the same time every day, to work on your beliefs. Pick a particular area of your life you want to improve upon, then take a quick overview of your thoughts in that area and try to pinpoint beliefs stopping you from being your best. For instance, A common limiting belief that keeps so many people from being productive at work is, I'm too busy. Most people haven't figured it out yet, but busyness is a myth. The way you spend your time is a choice. You can choose to put away social media and office chit-chat, refuse to attend less important meetings, and focus your energy on getting the most work done in less time. Once you identify your limiting beliefs, you can now work your way to overcoming them by affirming positive beliefs. For the productivity example, you can start affirming, I'm a super productive and efficient person. I get my work done easily. I'm focused and energized. Affirmations like these would begin to change the way you think about work, and it would reflect in your actions. Did you know? According to research, the average person in a developed country will spend 6 months of their lives waiting for the red light in traffic to turn green. Chapter 5. Cultivating habits of gratitude and forgiveness would save you lots of pain. There is a linear relationship between gratitude and forgiveness. Generally speaking, the more easily you forgive, the more likely you are to notice wonderful things in your life and environment that you should be grateful for. Unforgiveness is a terrible emotional state to be in because it haunts you day and night and sucks the life right out of you. It's unfortunate that many people are trapped in unforgiveness. Learning to promptly forgive yourself and others who hurt you is one of the best things you can do for yourself. Not forgiving others really doesn't hurt them. It hurts you the most. When you're unforgiving, you waste time and energy concentrating on the hurt and betrayal you feel. This is the same time and energy you could have channeled into productive work that could make you and the people around you happier. It's not easy to just forgive and let go when you've been hurt terribly. However, there is a simple technique that can help you forgive more easily. Once you master this technique, you develop a tough skin that can keep things like hurt and betrayal from getting to you. Make no mistake about it, humans will always be humans, and for as long as you're alive, 2 things are certain. You won't stop making mistakes. People won't stop hurting you. So it helps to know how to drain off negative emotions. The technique is simple. Learn to separate your personality from the negative emotions you feel. You're not your emotions. Your emotions are just feelings that would pass if you don't obstruct them. So, let's say your spouse did something that terribly hurt you. It happened 2 years ago, and they've apologized several times, but you still can't bring yourself to forgive them. Each time you remember what they did, you feel like strangling them to death. Okay, here's what you need to start doing. Whenever the feeling of hurt and betrayal surfaces again, take a walk, and as you do so, try to identify the emotion you're feeling. In this case, it's anger, resentment, and hurt. Next up, tell yourself that what you feel isn't you. Yes, the emotions are real, but that's all there is. They are just emotions. Now, mentally, call your spouse and tell them you forgive them. Do it like this. John or Mary, you hurt me deeply, but I still love you. I forgive you, John or Mary. The depth of your hurt determines how long you will have to repeat this exercise before you finally get a grip on yourself, but it doesn't matter how long it takes. Continue the exercise daily, and you will realize you're getting better by the day. Gratitude would increase your empathy, improve your relationships, and make you more loving and emotionally healthy. Perform your gratitude practice daily. Do it first thing in the morning and right before hitting the sack. It's simple. Just think about the 3 most important things in your life. These could be people, accomplishments, or personal qualities, and express your gratitude for them. Chapter 6. Learn to be content and happy with who you are. Happiness is all about contentment. It means to be fulfilled and at peace with who you are, what you do, and what you have done. Happiness is not acquired by competing with others and hoping you win. It's not materialistic either. As a matter of fact, the greatest disservice you can do yourself is to attach happiness to your goals and aspirations. Success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success. If you love what you're doing, you will be successful. Albert Schweitzer. If you're not happy and content with your life and your current achievements, fulfilling your dreams won't make you any happier, and life for you will become an empty pursuit. For instance, if you attach happiness to money, no amount of it will ever satisfy you. The more money you get, the more you will want to work for more of it, and your life will end up in a cycle of frustration. This is why attitude is indispensable to success. The right attitude you should have toward your goals is, I'm happy and content with my current life, but I want to improve on these areas so I can become a better version of myself and impact my world with gifts and talents. Developing the right attitude is a critical success factor. Conclusion. Habits are those things we do consistently that have, over time, become second nature to us. The mind's ability to build habits is a powerful weapon if you understand and use it to your advantage. The problem often is that people don't know much about habits. Most people live as creatures of habits, not having a clear-cut understanding of how they're formed or replaced. This keeps them stuck in negative habits for years. The result is mediocrity and the widespread unhappiness we see in our world today. But you're different. Through this summary, you've learned what habits are and how to build positive ones. We considered the habit loop, which describes how habits are built and replaced. To build any habit, the first thing to do is set a trigger to remind you to engage in the habit. Next, turn it into a routine and always give yourself some reward after each activity. Over time, your brain will start looking forward to the reward. Before you know it, you've already formed a habit. Planning and investing are two habits you can't ignore if you want to achieve financial success. And think about it, your success isn't complete until you have achieved some level of financial freedom. Everything we do in our world today revolves around money. Having a sound bank account doesn't guarantee happiness, but it certainly can improve your life and make happiness easier for you. It's hard to go about your day feeling all happy and energized when you have no idea where to get your next meal or how to pay the rent before month's end. Financial success doesn't happen overnight, and it's never solely a result of earning high income. It comes from proper financial planning and proper investing. Master these two skills and watch as your net worth begins to skyrocket. Try this. Decide on a positive habit you want to build. Set a timer and a trigger to remind you to do it. Give yourself some reward for engaging in it.